My name's Alisa Clemens. I'm from Illinois. I grew up in a small town. My dad was an alcoholic. My mom was really great with us. I grew up in a good home, but I wasn't necessarily Christian. My dad left when I was 11, and he really didn't want anything to do with me. At the age of 15, got in a relationship with an older man, and he was abusive, and he did drugs. I used like marijuana and cigarettes and pills and alcohol to kind of cope with being abused by this guy, but I just kind of started to drift away from everything that was good in my life. I left him after 2 years, and I got with another guy, and we were doing good together, but he was a recovering heroin addict, so we used drugs on and off together. And then after 2 years of being together, we were engaged and everything, and he passed away in a car accident. And so I blamed myself a lot for that because I brought the drugs back into his life. And so I entered a 30-day treatment center 2 months after he died, but I just couldn't get it. Something was still missing. And so it didn't take long for me to slip back into using. About a year ago, I got arrested. That's when I heard about Teen Challenge. Then I still didn't know the Lord. I was just like, well, nothing else has worked yet. And here I am sitting in jail, and I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I was facing maybe 5 years in prison for everything, and that was them being nice. In the 20 to 40 days I was in jail that time, I picked up a Bible, and I started reading it and praying to the Lord, and just like asking him to show me that he's real, to make him real to me. They agreed to drop all my charges except for one if I completed Teen Challenge. And that was an answered prayer. The whole time I'd been sitting in jail reading my Bible, finally, and I was like, wow, like I couldn't deny that, the Lord was working in my life. I went from not knowing anything about Jesus, not knowing anything about God, not knowing anything about the Bible to like, I was diving into this head first, like so excited to know more about God because he made himself real to me. After about a month of being in Teen Challenge, I found out I was pregnant, and it didn't take long for it to feel like a blessing instead of a burden. And that I knew the Lord had his hand in all of it because he brought me out of that terrible environment, out of jail, out of drugs, out of misery, and he plucked me out of that and put me here to grow spiritually, mature spiritually and physically and everything, and to look at my heart and find out who I am so I can raise my daughter Genesis in the Lord, and so she can know who she is in Christ. He was there through the bad because the bad is what got me here, and it was kind of like a slap upside the head, but it was what I needed.